Is that face mine in their photograph? Dark light is just a virtual life in this holograph. Falling through the world, all or nothing. Is there something at all between us? Falling through the world, revolving like a beautiful blue balloon.
Please call maintain 1616,000, turn left heading 110, breaking for downward.
Two Whiskey Hotel Goose, altimeter 3002.
3002, copy, Jackson 34, and we're...
This is your captain speaking. On behalf of the crew, I welcome you aboard the flight tonight. We recognize you have a choice in air carriers, and so we appreciate you joining us this evening. We're next in line for takeoff. We'll have to wait here for just a moment here on the tarmac for clearance from the tower. In the meantime, our cabin crew will demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
Westbound along the river, 200 below.
This is your captain speaking. We're still waiting for clearance.
Two Whiskey Hotel, check your westbound 200 feet and below. Thank you.
And still waiting? It's like we're always waiting, aren't we? Now is either waiting for the next moment or remembering the last. Always in between. Stuck between memory and anticipation. You know what I mean? And we're still waiting. Waiting for Godot, possibly. Wonder if that's what Beckett meant. I mean, we're always waiting for the answers, aren't we? Waiting for someone to show us which road to take. Tell us that we're going to be all right, that we're going to be able to go on, that we don't have to give up. Waiting seems to be a condition of existence, isn't it? We know that we're here because we wait. We wait for time. We wait for proof that we're real.
28086.
This is your cab speaking. We have clearance from the tower to taxi to the runway. Please stay in your seats and fasten your seatbelts. You know, in quantum mechanics at the atomic level, we may not really exist in the traditional view. I mean, in a specific time and place, that is. Rather, in the quantum world, we might exist more like a wave rather than a specific point. And in quantum entanglement, we may be connected to everything and be everywhere at once. As your captain speaking, cabin crew, cross-check, please. You know, in the quantum wave, there are an infinite number of points of engagement to negotiate our reality. But we can't really experience the wave, so we're mostly unaware of the opportunities to negotiate our existence. We're mostly just carried forward by time and events, unable to see ourselves in all our possibilities, in our greater becoming. I mean, sure, we make all kinds of decisions in our daily lives. We negotiate with others, with circumstances, with time, with nature, with our bodies. And that does have a bearing on our existence, but don't you ever have the feeling that you're missing some bigger picture about your life? That there is something so much more? That your life might be a deep, deep place, reaching far across the universe, flying at the speed of light? So much so that when you're waiting like this, here in the slowness of this dimension that you just know that your life is more electric than that, more like a shooting star. In quantum experiments, it's actually been shown that human consciousness and we as observers have actual impact on the quantum world. It's as if the wave of existence has will. It wants to be known by us, and it knows that your mind and my mind are the bridge. It wants us to know more about ourselves and everyone and everything else. It wants us to push a little deeper, inwards and then outwards.
For 1 runway 26, report Albert.
So that we can see the bridge ourselves, see the place we're going to. But to think of your life as a deeper place, which has the power to vault you up to that bridge across forever, I think you have to pay a toll. Yeah, I think there's a cost. You have to give in. You have to really give in to your life, that is. You have to trust it that much, you know. You have to give in so much that you start to fail all your cunning tests, forget your rules, escape the cage of your own mind. You have to give in so much that your subject dissolves its identity and becomes the very object of existence, forwards and backwards, in all directions. To be able to see 10 dimensions rather than 3. You have to give in so much that now becomes not a point in time, but rather the circumference of your whole existence. Erasing lines on the map, dissolving borders and checkpoints, surrendering passports and letters of transit, finding yourself in the space that is in between spaces, a no man's land without nationality or need for identity.
For 1 runway 26, report Albert.
I'm not just talking about changing your perceptions here, for there's an even greater payoff, I think, that you give in so much, it just doesn't hurt anymore.
Hotel, continue to touch LNAV 26.
Kilo Scale Calgary, altimeter 3002.
3002, now the channel 34, and we're...
For 1 runway 26, report Albert.
As your captain speaking, we are cleared for takeoff. Please be advised to remain seated and keep your seatbelts fastened until the sign has been turned off. You know, if you look out your windows right now and you see the night falling, and you remember that it's often at nighttime when the light is drawn down, smoothing out the physical world, mending all fissures and cloaking all detail. And that's when the light of what we think we see gives way to the shadows and lets in the altered states of consciousness, and also the bigger questions, right? How did we get here? What are we here for?
Bigger Bay, wind 28018, altimeter 300.
And then we lift off, pushing a little deeper, inwards, and then outwards, and then upwards. Now you can really see your life, can't you? Because from this height, we live and fly without a net. The incredible rush of knowing that there's no one left to catch us anymore. Enjoy the flight.